speech to believe, and my speech is blown, and you need to receive it, can even wrong is what you want now. The plan is started, so listen to Sam and Marcus and hardcore truths with a special contrast, cause it's the Illegal Opinions Podcast.
What's good, people?
Are you eating?
No, I'm not. Episode 141 of the Illegal Opinions Podcast, the last place for real talk. Listen with an open mind to leave mad. The choice is yours. I'm your comedian host, Sam Ridley, in the building. Here with my man in a remodeled house, Marcus Palmer, in the building.
It's not my house.
I was saying, let me see, find out you got some illegal opinions money we ain't know about.
No. Nigga, I'm selling shirts too, nigga.
I wish shirt money was that good, man. Yeah, y'all already know how we get down over here, man. Thank y'all for tuning in with us week to week. Thank y'all for going and checking out the comedy special Nose Pussy. Strangely, people have told me that's the only thing that pops up when they type that in YouTube. So, I guess it's easy to find. I guess that works.
We got to have a conversation about that a different time.
What, about it being called Nose Pussy?
No, about just what you said.
Nobody should be typing that in YouTube for first off, but we
could have a technical conversation about it. I'm serious.
Okay, all right, we'll do that then. I'm
down.
Do it right now. I mean, you got something on your heart. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what you're.
No, it's not my heart. It's like it's shadow banned.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of those things that you don't really find out about until you find out. And for anyone that's listening, shadow ban doesn't mean that you can't watch it, because plenty of people, I'm sure, have watched it. I've watched it plenty myself. But what shadow ban means is like there are certain words and shit on social media and in media in general, even in like on IG. YouTube being one of those vehicles as well, where if you have, I forgot what they call them words, cursing words.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like the like for a while, COVID-19 was one of them. They would ban
exactly. Like if they would ban anything in your shit, they would shut that shit off.
So to ease the technical part of it, I asked that question because I didn't pick the name of the special, and I was like, I know how this algorithm thing works. Matter of fact, in the special, one of my jokes where I normally say COVID, I literally didn't for that reason, because I'm aware of it. So when it came out, I was like, so how did y'all code it when you put it in YouTube? And apparently, of course, that's what the title says in the picture, but the way that they loaded it in the hashtags and stuff, people can still find it, and they have been. So I can't do nothing but go, I already signed a contract, so what am I do now? So
no,
you know
it's nothing about. It's nothing about that. It's just about.
That's true. Like, that's very true.
That's like if you look at people that put clips up, they won't say fuck. Like they'll put a hashtag or whatever, because if you got fuck in there, you can't, it's not going to pop up locally. It's not going to pop like when you go to YouTube and all this random shit pops up. It's not going to pop up like that just on your screen as something random to watch, because it's been quote unquote shadow banned. So if you know where to find it, then you can find it. But if you don't, it's not just going to pop up and populate in the whole on your general home screen. That's just. Now I didn't know that until like I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about being shadow banned, and I didn't know what that meant. And this was probably a year or two ago. And like there are certain people on IG that are shadow banned where you gotta type in their whole name to go to their shit. You can't just say, Sam RID and then Sam really pops up. You gotta type that whole shit in before you can go find it.
Yeah, and fortunately, like that Smyrna Highway helped me a lot when people be looking for me. It's a highway and a black dude that pops up when you type Sam Ridley. So
a highway and a black
dude.
There's a Sam Ridley highway
in like Smyrna or somewhere
Georgia.
I don't know, somewhere. Everybody that ever travels through there sends me the picture. Everybody. I'm like, I know, nigga, shit. Like, goddamn, everybody that travels that road shows me that goddamn sign.
I'm sure the city needs to fix that road.
Oh, it's probably fucked. There's potholes and shit everywhere.
All over the place. Anyway, how was your what did something just happen? Did we miss something?
I feel like we did, but I don't think we did. I just think both of us have been doing so much shit that it seems like it. I just did the Santa Clarita International Film Festival.
Yeah, how was that?
Man, God, that was terrible.
What?
Oh shit, yo, I aim to keep it a buck on my show. So I didn't write this down. I didn't write this down because I wasn't gonna fucking tell nobody. So Santa Clarita International Film Festival, I was a official selection according to the flyer and shit like that. Got out there. And I will say it is probably sort of like a bad deployment, but you tell people, yo, I had a blast. It was one of those.
Gotcha.
It was one of those. My time block to perform was noon. Now, I don't know what y'all know about comedy out there, but comedy and daylight just don't really do well together. Like, I don't know. But
was it outside?
That's what I thought it was going to be because it's called a festival. It's a film festival. I heard it was going to be vendors and all of that. I brought all my shit. And we pull up, and I was like, oh, shit, there go a bunch of vendors. This must be where we supposed to be. The GPS is still saying 5 more minutes down the road because that was the goddamn farmer's market. So we pull up to our warehouse, and there's, them, like, radiant heat lamps, the red shits that be in, like, hangers?
Yeah.
It was like 3 of them in there keeping people warm, and there were 0, count them 0, attendees in there. When we got there, 3 vendors selling all sorts of Filipino food.
Yeah.
1 dude that was a volunteer at the festival, and another dude that just didn't have shit to do and wandered in. So people that like came and planned to see it for the comics was a no-go. And the reason it was the Skiff, that's the film festival, so I have to say the whole thing. The Skiff really shit on the comedy side of this festival. They knew that they could use it to generate people to the festival, but not funnel people over to the show. However, the learning experience of it was, I was on the show, and just to name some of these extremely funny comedians, Sean McBride was one of the producers, Zach Miller, Susie Sitcom, like a lot of people that I regularly do shows with that headline all over California. 40 of us are booked for this festival, right? So when I got on stage, like other comics is doing the whole phoning it in thing, I'm like, no, I'm going to get both of these 2 people to like me. And both of them ended up buying something which worked. But I ended up just kind of addressing the elephant in the room that nobody was fucking there. And I was like, you know what? Like, this should be a humbling experience for all of us. And comics was like, looking, and I was like, I know people in this room that regularly boast about how big shit they are in LA.
Yeah.
40 of us had a 0 draw. Let that sink in. And it's not a slight on any of our ability to perform. It's just a reality that, like, people ain't following you the way that people think they are, and you should kind of check your ego when you go down there to perform sometimes. Like, you don't fucking have that following. So it was an interesting show,
How was it? Is this the first year that they've done this with the comedy?
This is the third year of the festival, the first year that it's happened offline. So that definitely plays into it.
What was the rest of what was everything else like? Did you walk around and see what the rest of the festival was like?
No, because the block that they had the comics up wasn't even when movies were happening. So the place where they were showing the movies was locked. And they just wanted people that came forward entertained but the festival did 0 promotion for us. So it is what it is. And I got some bookings off of it because I was there with all of these comics that book shit, So it's just how it goes sometimes. It wasn't one of those that I could tell you was a great win. It just wasn't.
It's a win if you want to look at it as like to add to the resume of things you've done. These motherfuckers don't need to know how many people were there. They just need to know that you was there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason I keep it real on this for the sake of, because I know comics like to just boast about everything that they do. This game has so many ups and downs,
Yeah.
1 week, I'm with Seinfeld. Next one, I'm in a bar. That's how this shit goes, So.
I mean, let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
What does that feel? You said there were 2 people in the room. And some
what does that feel like?
Yeah, like doing comedy, like since we're here in this space now, what's it feel like doing comedy in front of a crowd of 2? Wait, let's paint the picture. How big is this room?
Yeah, I was about to say, let me give you this rectangular disaster that I'm in. Let's see. The side of the bowling alley before the lanes? that rectangle shape. Picture that, but like half a bowling alley. So it's wide and thin.
Right.
So it's you and like a ring of beautifully chairs, beautifully arranged chairs. One dude with a tag around his neck, clearly saying he's working, and the other dude is just there. And both of them said that they really enjoyed my set, which is cool. But the feeling of it, you're already an exposed nerve as a comedian. It's just me.
Yeah.
You gotta like me. You ain't gotta like my fucking dance moves. You ain't gonna clown me like Genuine later, cause I ain't got it no more. I got it or I don't, and you gonna immediately want to fucking leave or love me. To do it in front of nobody that's when you find out you really have a passion for this shit. Cause otherwise, it's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Now, if there was nobody in there, would you still have gone on?
Yep.
Are you contractually obligated to go on?
No, not contractually obligated, but all of the comics are there, and it's time to work. Like then it just turns into a gym. Yeah. Now all the comics are here. We gonna do our shit, and we know comics don't like laugh at shit, but they're gonna go, when you do something right, and oh yeah, that was a good one. All right, let me write that down. So yeah. So it was an interesting festival, but it was not great.
It was not great.
People give bad, or not bad producers. That's the wrong word. People will give shows like this to the producer and say, "Oh, you fucked this up." My homeboy Sean McBride that put it together. When I got there, of course, his eyes is bloodshot and he beating himself up because he got 40 people there and no crowd. 40 comics that he knows, and things are going to shit. But I kind of pulled him outside and I was just like, "How are you?" And he was like, "Hey man, it's all good. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna try and get some people around the corner to come." I said, No. How are you? And he like hugged me and was like, "Ain't nobody fucking asked me that all day." And I was like, for real, like I know this shit happens when you produce, but like we good. Like we used to this type of shit. We gonna make it what it is, And we did. We ended up having a good time, but it was just interesting to see the demeanor of comics that just expect the crowd to be there. We gotta work. We gotta work. That's like me and you just expecting people to just love this. And we kept it in the same format from episode 1. No, we gotta evolve. So it's just work to be done.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it's just work to be done. Anyway, you got something else on that? We can move.
No.
Okay. That before we move into any of our like topics as far as like fun and exciting and this and that, DJ Twitch. A lot of y'all, most people know, so you can think you can dance, and on Ellen's show, as a DJ, committed suicide this week. Reportedly left a suicide note. They haven't given the details of what's in it. At 40 years old in a motel room about a mile from his house. Go ahead, man. This is it's not one I can. I thought I was good. I've talked about this with people. I was like, I want to talk. I got with my homeboy. Me and him was talking about this for a good minute, and I was like, I want to talk to somebody before me and Marcus do this. Yeah.
I'm not extremely familiar with the brother, right? So I know he was on Ellen, but I didn't watch a lot of Ellen. I know he was on So You Think You Could Dance. I didn't watch a lot of that. But I'm familiar with him. And the fact that it's kind of interesting, like it's like we talked about last week or the week before, whichever one it was. Like social media, I'm starting to think that there's more bad in it than good because of the facade that people put up. And for instance, I got a homeboy in mind, won't say who. I know when I talk to this nigga sometimes, he's going through something. I can hear the nigga. It comes through the phone that he's going through something. You hear it in his voice. And I'm like, yo, man, like, what you got going on, bro? Like, what's up? Like, I could tell, I've known you forever. I could tell you got some shit happening. and then we chop it up for hours if it takes that. But when people are so involved in social media, you can easily hide your pain, because a lot of times these people aren't talking to anybody. People are living, or people think that they know someone through their social media. Like I saw the clip where it was like the day before he died. He's dancing in the mirror. His wife is walking back and forth or whatever, and all this shit. I'm looking at, pictures of him and his, beautiful family and all this shit. And but I'm shocked. Just yesterday, he was in the mirror dancing, his wife passing by him, and they look so happy. He looks so happy. There's a such thing as micro expressions. And I say that from somebody that's read plenty of books about body language, about people could take a smile as a smile. But somebody like me, when you flash a smile, I can tell whether you're smiling is genuine or if it's a grimace. I can tell whether or not you keeping it real by the way your eyes are moving, or the way you might, for a split second, like furrow your eyebrows or cut your eyes. Like all these things are signs. And I saw a lot of that shit in that video, the last video you posted, where he's in the mirror dancing, and I see pain there. Not in his hand and his shoulders, and I'm looking at his face. I'm not looking at the dancing. I'm looking at his face, and you could just tell sometimes, man. Like once you start, like tear away all that cosmetic shit, and just look at the man's face. You could tell the way his eyes are moving and the way he's kind of like there's no soul in that dancing. He's just dancing in front of this fucking mirror for y'all motherfuckers. He's just dancing in the mirror. There's no soul in what he's doing. He's just going through the motions. And I think you can tell. I don't think you have to know somebody to tell that. You could just tell. I saw some shit today where somebody had something to say about him passing away. Like they thought it was something about he invested wrong and lost a bunch of money. And I think it was about that. Or whatever. It's like,
they already disputed that. People can't wait to figure out a way to tear you down, bro. They just can't.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, social media, you think you fucking know somebody, and you do not. That's why I recommended Roadrunner, the Anthony Bourdain doc last week, because all you see is him. We all thought Anthony Bourdain was living his best fucking life. Like everybody that watched fucking Parts Unknown and No Reservations and all that shit, we were like, this is the best fucking job in the world. This guy travels to exotic places, eats fucking the best food.
Yeah, Chappelle talked all about that, and it's funny. I just recently saw some Bourdain just passing. I was at a friend's house and it just happened to be on, and I'm watching it completely different now.
Yeah,
the whole time he has this undertone of sadness to him.
Yeah, man,
and you can see it as you watch the shows. Even when he tastes stuff and he's like, well, that was good. That was really good. And he's drunk off his ass, And
here's what connects Twitch and Bourdain, right? There was beauty in Twitch's dancing, right? There was beauty in his music, the way he, in his DJing. It was beauty and love in that. You hear the beauty of Anthony Bourdain writing. And then his fucking soliloquies where he would go on about how beautiful something was or how something tasted and how beautiful the people were over here. There was beauty in what he was doing in that aspect, so people ignored the rest of it. So I mean that happens, man. Like Robin Williams, there's beauty in in the way that he did his thing. There was beauty in his comedy, his characters, his charisma. There's beauty, but there's beauty in that. So you ignore anything else that's going on because you think, well, his life was so beautiful. Look, he's so funny. He's so talented. He's a talented chef. He travels the world. This guy's a talented dancer, musician, artist in every aspect. He's got a beautiful family, beautiful kids, beautiful wife. How could he ever be unhappy?
The problem is everything's fine as long as you keep on dancing.
Yeah.
Keep on dancing. Robin Williams. I was gonna bring him up too. You saw him everywhere. Crazy dude. Happy everywhere. Long as the cameras was rolling, because the darker side, when that red light turn off, is lonely as fuck. I'm nowhere near any of those people. We come home, the show ends at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Y'all want to tell us you had a great time and go home, and then go, damn, what was that guy's name? And then you got all these comedians that just came to give y'all 5 minutes of material, driving 2-3 hours back home. Yeah, and there's nothing in there but our fucking thoughts.
Yep.
Twitch is 40 years old. I was never somebody that regularly watched Ellen. Never. A part of me, for whatever reason, thought the show seemed fun, and I wouldn't mind seeing a live one, honestly.
Right.
And I've walked through the set before, but like, I remember him. You feel me?
No,
when I went to the set there and did the studio tour, I saw where he sits, and I remember paying attention to that more than paying attention to the stage and everything else that they were showing us. I was like, yo, he be over there getting it.
Yeah.
I hate when I read these types of things and somebody that prominent, somebody that bright dies in a motel. Like a motel. These people have demons. These people have struggles. I posted on my page, people need help. Those of you that have been listening to the pod a while know I've been going through my own mental health struggle, and some of you thanked me for being very transparent on this platform about it. And this is why. This is why. This type of shit is why. I want to know the details in that suicide note, but I want to know because I'm like, what were you going through that we couldn't see? Yeah. And I know my invisible demons that have hindered me a lot. And like I was telling y'all with Sean, just to kind of put all of the stuff we're talking about together, I asked that man how he was doing, and he hugged me. This isn't a hugger. This is a dude that don't do that. Twitch needed somebody to fucking talk to. But he was busy dancing for the camera. Because as soon as he stopped dancing, he got to live with whatever's in his head, and nobody cares about entertainers most of the time. Nobody cares.
Well, yeah, because once you stop doing the things that we care that entertain us, it's fucking gone.
You're like, nobody. Okay. You're fucking nobody.
Like you're nobody. It's go away. I remember I was I think I was in the airport in Houston, so many airports, and I was at the airport bar in the middle of this place, just kind of sitting there, and there's me, maybe like two or three other people, and it's a very sparse bar. And Glenn Big Baby Davis, he's played for the Celtics. He's be a big character for the Celtics. I think he won a championship with the Celtics, all this shit. But then, like, he was a role player. Eventually retired, and nobody really, just drifted off into, rode into the sunset. So I'm sitting at this bar, and I look over, cause I see this fucking massive dude just standing at the end of the bar, like looking at the TV. And I look over at him, like, that's fucking Glenn Big Baby Davis. And nobody gave a fuck. Like, he's standing like 8 feet from. He's basically. This was a small woman. There was a small woman sitting at the very end of the bar in the chair. He's like leaning into her to see the TV because he's got to duck down and shit. And
right, he's like gigantic.
He's huge. She didn't even look at you. She was like, "Oh, okay." This guy was not a star, but he was definitely a face that you knew.
Right.
He was a character in the game that people love, and now he's in this airport at this sparse bar sitting with me and some other motherfuckers, and nobody says a word to him. I thought about talking to him, but I was like, maybe he wants his privacy. Maybe this is like something that he wants his own space. I don't know this guy. Right? So maybe he wants to come down here. Maybe he comes down here because this is the bar that, is kind of quiet. I have no idea. But it's easy, and it happens often, that once people stop dancing for the camera, you go off into oblivion, and some people like need that, like that love that's not really love, but internet love. Some people need that. So like I said, he's the day before he commits suicide, he's dancing on IG.
Yeah.
Like pretending to have a good time, knowing what he was going to do later on. Like he knew, I'm dancing right now, but I know tonight I'm going to go do some shit.
And it was very like he caught a Uber. That's a very, very like, you plan to do that. You call the Uber, you set up the Uber, you get in the Uber, you get in the motel room.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we could spin our wheels in that spot all day, but the men's mental health aspect of it is bigger.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably men listening that, well, I think most of the men that I've heard that listen to the podcast understand now that this is a real thing. But I know that there are some that, like myself, believed, man, if you don't get your ass up, like I was that guy, that just didn't believe when people was going through shit and was just like, man, you just got to fucking get up. And that is a very military mentality. Just fucking get it done.
No, I mean, it's a switch.
It's
a switch. Like, it's like people used to ask me about going in the desert. What's that like? What's that like? I'm like, man, it ain't fuck you up. And I was just like, look, man, it's a switch. I turn that switch on when I go over there. I'm going to live dirty. I'm going to be dirty. I'm going to be miserable. It's the suck. Fuck it. Go over there, do that shit. When you get back, turn the happy shit back on. Flip the switch back over.
But I don't think man. Well, maybe you do. That shit ain't as easy to do. Like, all of that stuff has to go somewhere. And it's in there.
It does.
Yeah, it's in there.
It does go somewhere. It does go somewhere. But everybody's different. I know people that went to the desert and then came back and got the fuck out because it was too much. I went back again and again and again, and I don't even think about that shit. It doesn't bother me. It's not something that, the only thing that I do now is like when it's really hot outside, I'm like, I've been hotter. Fuck it.
Yeah, and I live in the desert, so it, when it fluctuates, people are like, it's cold in the desert. I'm like, yeah, it does.
Get cold out there.
It does. It's not shocking, But yeah, man. Rest in peace. Whatever pain you were in, sir, you're not in it anymore. But I wish you were still here, and this shouldn't have been the end of your story. It just shouldn't have been.
I think about the kids, his wife,
everything.
But the odd part about it is, and I don't know because it's just television, but people are like, yeah, we were friends. I would do this, and I just spoke to them, and blah 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 blah. I don't know, man. Like, the people say check on your strong friends. I feel you. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Right. But if you're somebody that's carrying too much and you have friends, talk to your friends. There's nothing weak about talking to your friends. There's nothing weak about crying. Nigga, I cry like once, probably every 2 weeks.
Shit. Matter of fact, and I meant to tell you this all air. I think that was the mistake me and you was making for a long time. We didn't talk no more. The only time we talked was when we did this. And it was turning into everything was like a business conversation, and we didn't check in. And I feel like that started to change like in the last couple months. And it made a better fucking show, product, all of that. Y'all got to talk to people, man. Y'all just got to fucking talk to people. And it might not be the conversation you think you're going to have all the time.
That's true. People think if I say something, they going to think I'm this, or they going to think I'm that, or whatever. Right. It's like, yo, if you go to your friends and you tell them how you feel, like, yo, nigga, I'm feeling fucked up because of X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, girl, I ain't been myself. I'm fucking off. I'm off. I've been off for weeks. I've been trying to figure it out. If these people fucking turn their back on you or try to make light of your situation and make fun of you, fuck them. Like, you don't. Those are not the people you need to be around. Like,
that ain't it.
Those people. Those are the same people that are talking about you behind your back anyway.
So keep on moving. Yep. The only other thing I would say to this whole Twitch thing is, and this is, I'm starting to get into this realm where I'm the Z-list celebrity, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm starting to be friends with some of those people that are a little bit higher up the rung. Okay. And they're friends with these people that are passing away.
Yeah.
And I've never been in that position before. Like the other week when the Green Ranger passed away and I hit up Chris. Mm-hmm. It's interesting to me the friends that have celebrity friends when they pass away, nobody hits them up to make sure they're good. They actually know these people.
Yeah.
Like cooked out with them and shit. Mm-hmm. They the ones that need somebody to check on them. And now that I have those friends, when I see people like Twitch take their own life in such a way, I immediately thought about the 3 people I know that know him personally.
Yeah.
It's not just a damn, the celebrity's gone. And so it affects me a little differently now. Like now I see why people just post. And I've said in previous ones, I don't get why people with their celebrity shit. I get it now if you know them at all. You know, it's something that Chris Casamass was probably sitting there watching everybody post about his best friend as if he was just a toy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's just the guy up there that beat the shit out the Power Rangers. But no, that's my friend.
That's true.
Twitch is somebody's father. Like Marcus said, it's somebody's father and husband.
Them kids gotta grow up without their father, man. It's crazy.
And
they just bought a house.
The contents of that note are gonna haunt them forever.
And here's the crazy part. They just bought a brand new house. And like you said, he decided to go to a dirty motel room to do that to himself. Like he knew that he wanted to do it to himself, but he did not want to do it in that house. So I guess there's something to say about that, whatever that may be. But rest in peace, man. Like rest in heaven. Oh boy. I mean, people are dealing with a lot of shit, man. And that's the thing. I said this last week. This is the holiday season. There are people that are really happy, and there are people that are in a lot of pain. So pay attention. Pay attention to what people are going through. Like, for instance, today is my son's 8th birthday. This is the first day. This is his first birthday that I've never been with him. This is the very first birthday that I haven't been with him.
You talked to him today, I know. Yeah.
I haven't talked to him yet.
Really?
Because there's another. The reason I haven't talked to him yet is because to add to the impact of not being with him, I've thought about it enough that I'm like, okay, he's 8. It's cool. Like now he's on a plane by himself, flying for the first time by himself on his birthday. The fact that he is fucking super excited about I'm going on an airplane by myself, I'm a big boy type shit.
Mm-hmm. That's big shit. That's big shit. Yeah.
So, sorry, I got choked up for a second. So, people are going through it. It's the holidays. Like, check on your people. So, when we get off here, I know where my son is. He's about an hour behind. I'm gonna call him, and we're gonna chop it up. But I'm sure he's with his grandfather. I'm sure my dad gonna run me off the phone because he want to go and do shit with his grandson. Cool. It's his birthday. Cool. They're in fucking New Orleans, and he's gonna be in New Orleans with my son. So hopefully, he don't come back with a fucking mustache and shit. But check on your people with mustache and a tattoo. You know
hell yeah.
But
3 cuts in his eyebrow and shit.
Trying to wild out. I tell you. So check on your folks, man. This is the holiday season. A lot of people are alone. Some people like to be alone. Some people choose to be alone. But there are a lot of people out there that they don't fuck with their family. They ain't really got no fucking friends. You'd be surprised how many people don't have friends.
Yeah. Yeah, they got associates they think are friends. But like when the holidays kick, you really get to see who your people are, you know? When you open your phone, there's got to be like 2 or 3 people that you're like, oh, that's the people I need to text Merry Christmas to this morning.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like now, you know, you just go on Facebook, Merry Christmas, nigga. Everybody.
Blah, blah, blah. Buckshot.
That's it. Anyway, we on a tangent. Let's keep it moving. Shit, so much to get to this week. I just looked at the list and laughed. That's what just happened because there's so much stuff. You know what? Let's get this out the way. Brittany Griner. Let's do this. So, we I texted Marcus last week. We had just, and when I say just, recorded
just.
And then I saw that she had been released from prison. I felt myself go, God damn, I know Marcus was like, ain't that a bitch? Like,
ain't that a bitch?
I almost wanted to be like, hey, get back on. Get back on.
Yo, we literally just got off. I went to go take a piss and to go put some shoes on. and I was sitting down putting some shoes on to go to get something to fucking eat, and it was like, yep, Brittany Griner just got released. I'm like, God damn it.
I know. I was like, is the music still playing? We could be like, wait, everybody. Encore, goddammit. So yeah, Brittany Griner got released from Russian prison. Y'all already know the whole story. We not reiterating it. Yeah. And the trade is for the Lord of War, a Russian arms dealer from back in the day. That was the trade. I don't know if y'all saw Biden's remarks on her being released. He more or less let it be known, it wasn't like a either or sort of thing, because we have other people over there that we would have rather seen home that would have made a trade that made sense for you know what I'm saying, for him to go back. Yeah. And this doesn't seem equivalent. So he came out to let everybody know the details of that as best he could, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're talking about this a week later because I'm not angry about it anymore the way that I was, honestly. And I say that because when I first said it, I had a lot to say that was let me get all the information, and I didn't have it. If I'll be honest with myself. Okay. So I ended up falling into my two things can be true bucket on this one, and it was I'm pissed off because as a military member, I know what I signed up to protect us against. Mm-hmm. I know what they've always told us and let us know even now how Russia operates, and that we don't really like to negotiate with them, for one. Mm-hmm. And two, as a military member, I know if my black ass get on a plane with weed, nobody's coming to get me. So for her to get released on that charge, and everybody's like, well, you know how they are. Like, no, you can't use your American sensibilities and law. Yeah, California, legal weed is everywhere. She wasn't there with her shit. So I'm trying not to use that and just be objective in the fact that she broke another country's law, whether we like the country or not. She did it. And we all know she did it. So for her to get released for this man doesn't seem right. However, I did have to take into consideration they're releasing somebody that was an arms dealer in an analog age, and it's digital. He probably doesn't have a lot of the connections that he had, and it probably doesn't mean much that he's out. I've heard that argument. However, I also believe that names sell shit. We used to play Hey Marcus for Marcus up here. Lady Eloise was in the company and she ain't had no fucking power, but they kept her name on the board because she was who she was. I believe that man is about to be that guy. Now, what can Brittany Griner do for America? Some would say nothing. She gonna go play basketball, and I guarantee now there's gonna be a sold out WNBA game if she chooses to go back and they let her do it. Or she's going to be rich because she's going to have book deals and movie deals and interviews and everything else. So congratulations on that one. To the people that are going to tell me, well, she's still a female and she's still American and she just needed to come home. I agree with that sentiment 100%. We want all Americans home. But that is a deflection from the fact of how she got here. And I'm sorry, that's how I feel. I get it. It's the holidays. If she was my family member, I would want her home too. If Marcus was over there and he had weed on him, I would be like, nigga, why did you take weed to Russia? What do you want me to do? And this podcast ain't big enough for anybody to care and get him out because he's the same as her. She ain't did shit for America that warrants her getting freed for a Lord of War. Sorry. And I done tried to like look around it and go, no, I'm glad she's home and blah, blah, blah. I think it's bullshit that she got out the way she did. I'm sorry. That's it.
Apologize. You gotta apologize. Are you sure? You good?
Yeah, go ahead. I want to know. I want it. I want the spade.
I mean, look, man. Like you, when it came out, I was pissed off. Not that she got out, not that she's a black woman, because now it's on some, if y'all hate black women, just say that. That's what black women are saying to every black man or person that disagrees with this decision.
It's an easy deflection too.
Easy deflection to make, but sure.
Sure. Yeah.
I just don't like the fact that don't like the fact that it was a like either fucking or type of decision. Like it was on some, well, we're not gonna give you this Marine, right? But we'll give you Brittany Griner for the Merchant of Death. And like Sam is saying, the Lord of War. Sam keeps saying that because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but that is who the fucking movie was based off of. The Merchant of Death is the Lord of War. That movie is based off of his life.
Right.
Okay. So if you've seen the Lord of War, you know who this motherfucker is. For me personally, I'm not gonna use the same analogy everybody else is using, where we could have got 2 draft picks for this and that, third, yada yada yada. Right? I'm just gonna say this. You might not like it, but in my opinion, I'm not giving you the Lord of fucking War, the Merchant of Death, for Brittany Griner. I'm not doing that. But if you want this nigga so bad, you gonna give me both of them. And if you want this nigga bad enough, you gonna do that. This Marine serving, some 4-year sentence or some shit, 5-year sentence. That ain't nothing to you, nigga. Let that nigga out, or this nigga gonna stay over here forever. It's a 2-for-1 deal. If we can't make that happen, then there's nobody going the fuck home. The Merchant ain't coming home. And sorry, Brittany, you ain't coming home either. Like what have you've spewed fucking vile shit about America. How you hated this country. Why the fuck am I gonna do that shit when I got a Marine that's been locked up down that bitch for fucking like 2 years or some shit? 3 years. I'm not doing that. What we'll do is we'll do a 2-for-1 swap and that's it. If that ain't on the board, then we ain't doing nothing. Sorry, we ain't doing it. I don't give a fuck. Like, here's the thing about this shit. Imagine taking fucking weed. You want to call it cannabis oil, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Marijuana shit, whatever. You can't take that shit over there. I don't give a fuck how many times you took it over there. You can't take that shit over there. Imagine being, I can't remember. I want to say Josh Whedon, but he's a quarterback. I think his name is Michael Whedon, the Marine. I can't remember off the top of my head. But imagine being that nigga. He found out. Because there was rumors that he was calling his family like, yo, they're making a deal for Brittany to get out. I think I'm about to get the fuck out of here. I'm about to come home to my family. Now imagine being this guy sitting in this cell to learn that she got out and you didn't because this bitch is tall.
Yeah. You
That's the only reason. She's a tall lady that plays basketball.
She fits all the demographics, dude. She fits all the demographics for who needs to be like. This is definitely like this Biden shit. Like this is definitely like a move to like secure some votes. Yes, black people. I love y'all, man. I love us. And I say we because I know I've been guilty of it too. We have to stop letting white people give us these types of tokens and go and look what he did for us.
Man, listen.
We have to. This is another one of them. We saw Biden pick Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Because he knew that it was going to bring us in, and we had a whole Chucks and Pearls campaign. Before y'all hit me up, I know the vice president don't normally do shit. We ain't supposed to see her doing shit now. However, we also don't see vice presidents get paraded in front of us like that for votes normally.
Yep.
So don't pretend that he didn't fucking use her so that black people would come vote. Which granted, we wanted Trump out of there anyway. Well, most of us did. Then, you go from that. He's doing that whole thing. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. I don't even know how else to put it. This is ridiculous for people to try and make the leaps that they're making with this. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's not the thing. It's like they're leaping over the truth. Like they're leaping over the logic. The shit is right there in front of you.
She's black. She's
Lesbian.
lesbian in the WNBA, and everybody talks about nobody supports the WNBA. She's a woman. Like, you know how Dave Chappelle did that whole bit about how the LGBTQ movement is going swimmingly compared to African American. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You better be black and LGBT for it to apply to you.
Oh man, it's just crazy.
And don't get me wrong, when people be like, well, what are you saying, that you're not happy that she's home for her family? I'm sure her family's ecstatic, and I'm very happy that they got her home.
Yeah.
But there's a man in a cell that heard she got released.
He like, motherfucker.
I'd feel that whole prison getting filled with cuss words all the time.
I tell you what, I guarantee you, because his family put out a statement saying, you know, we're glad that like any victory is a victory, a good victory for everybody. I guarantee motherfucking to you, they dropped some niggers.
Oh.
There was some N-bombs in that house where they wrote that letter. The lawyer was on the phone listening like, oh no, I got it. Don't worry about it. I'll write it myself.
The cover sheet's just a big N on one sheet of paper. Like, yeah, man.
Crazy, man.
But yeah, so I'm sorry, y'all. Like, I'm not sorry. That this is just the reality of it. As a military member, I can't understand military members that back this trade considering what we sign up for. Like, I didn't sign up to play basketball to get a Russian military trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just... Yeah. If you can see past that logic and go, but what about to me? Like, go watch a Michael Jackson video. He say that a lot. I can't do it with you. Yeah, I love that what about shit.
Hey, man.
Let's see. Oh, let's do something fun. Okay, so Terrance Howard.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's do this. This is one that just popped up on my feed, and whenever Terrance Howard pops up, he's just one of those people like Michael B. Jordan that makes me and Marcus very happy. So we got to talk about him. Your boy has announced that he's retiring from acting. Well, did you know that first off?
I didn't know that you retired from acting. I just thought you took breaks between when people wanted you and when they didn't want you.
Or you like, I don't ever want to do anything again, man. I'm done, man.
Done, man. But I mean, it's funny. It's funny that he says this meme is so stupid. We'll laugh online 11 years ago.
That's so rude. That suit's still hanging up, nigga.
That shit got rusty now. Shit like the goddamn shit from the Tin Man and the Wizard of Oz. But I think it's interesting that he's saying that because I guess I haven't seen him in anything since the last, whatever, the last Best Man. What is shit called?
The one that they're doing now?
No, it was a holiday Best Man,
and now they're making the last,
whatever it's called, the last
best
man.
Yeah.
And Terrance Howard is the one getting married in this movie,
right?
So I figured, I mean, he ain't had none. Nobody's look, dog. You pop shit at the wrong time. You nigga, you could have been in Infinity War.
Now they about to do like fucking Power Armor Wars and all that other shit, man. Whatever it's called.
It's like Power Armor Wars.
I know. Yeah. I just said it wrong. I can't imagine. Look, just like we talked about how Buddy's sitting in jail and watch Brittany Griner. Every time some new War Machine shit come out,
oh man,
I'm at least DMing Don Cheadle. I wonder if Don Cheadle got that nigga blocked.
You got to, because Don Cheadle made an appearance in a couple of these DC like TV series shits.
Yeah. He in everything really, like even at the end of the movies where they don't really need him, they'll just throw him in because he just kind of is there. Yeah. So that's just all. Every time that happens, I would imagine you're counting how much money you're not making.
Right.
Over and over.
A lot of times, Don Cheadle ain't even there. They just CGI the fucking armor and that shit.
Yep, and
Don's still getting paid. Like, nigga, that's me. Okay, I'm War Machine. Send the check.
In hindsight, do you think he would have been a good roadie all the way through this shit?
Terrence Howard, nah.
No. Like in the first one, for some reason, it worked. It was, next time you ride with me, okay? It was, but the chemistry wasn't there.
Next time, I forgot that shit.
Yeah.
Next time you get my Hummer.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked.
Good. They were good then, but it's just like one of those things where you had to already be mad about the money to then get mad about the money again. And then niggas is like, you know what? We're gonna replace your light skinned, green eyed, S-curl having ass with a dark nigga,
fucking star
brown
crunch.
eyes, a fucking low fade. Like, we getting you the fuck out of here.
And Don Cheadle looked like he about 80.
Yes.
These movies done aged the shit out of him.
Nigga, they went opposite. Like, we gonna show you. We are going to show your ass. We finna get this black ass nigga now. What?
And everybody was fine with it.
Nobody even cared, dog.
Nobody batted an eye in Iron Man 2. So, yeah, man, I can only imagine, though. Like, imagine losing those millions all the time. And
oh, my God.
But shit, that's the breaks. Any decision that we make in life.
All the breaks.
Break it up, man. Like, we know that one decision can change your life, right? So, he at the time, I remember reading the article because I was confused by it. They were like, Terrence Howard got more money for the first Iron Man than Robert Downey Jr. did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. And at the time, Terrence Howard was in a lot of shit and Robert Downey Jr. was coming out of his whole drug and, Hollywood couldn't trust him thing.
Yeah.
After that movie blew, you don't get to go, hey, I just did Best Man Holiday. Do I still get $10 million for the sequel? Nah.
Word.
We got a vehicle now. Now, check this out. The car has a seat for you. You can be in the car.
Mm-hmm.
We're even going to give you a line in the movie letting everybody know your ass is going to be back. All you got to do is shut the fuck up.
Be cool with the bread.
Be cool. Be cool. You won on the first movie. RDJ about to come in there and you about to be his right-hand man all the way through the MCU. How about it? Nah, man.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I was just reading something.
What you reading?
It says Don Cheadle has amassed, combined Don Cheadle's net worth from Marvel films alone would be around $40 million in the last 12 years.
Oh, my
So
God. I'm typing Terrence Howard net worth right now.
Oh, God.
You want to know it? Hold on.
Go ahead.
About $5 million. About 5. Which ain't bad bread.
It's not bad bread for, doing whatever he's doing. I'm sure he's got an investment team around him, some financial advisors. But Don Cheadle has made 8 times more than your net worth just in the movies.
Just in Marvel.
Yes.
Just in Marvel. Barely being around.
12 years, man. I mean, I think that might be off, but I think because the movies make billions of dollars.
It might be.
So it might be low.
Whenever I see these figures, I assume they ain't counting these celebrities' pockets the way they think they are.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
They always hear the Forbes is wrong. And
right. But yeah, like, I can't. I tried to feel sorry. Some people were like, it's real fucked up. Like, he should have came back and got his mans. And I was like, it's not Robert Downey Jr.'s responsibility, unfortunately. Like, if they were, he made it seem like they was like aces. Now, that part, if it's true, then yeah, that's fucked up. That's that Keenan and Kel shit, right? But if
they're not friends, Keenan and Kel?
No.
Well, I only asked because he was on Saturday Night Live recently.
They bridged it, yeah.
And yeah, they brought, I can't remember who, Keke Palmer was on there. And then they brought Kel in. They were doing like an old Keenan and Kel skit. And I thought they might have been fly.
They're good now. Well, they're good now. But there's still some smoke on the water. That's a whole nother pod. I'll tell you about it. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. But yeah, that's the Terrence Howard situation, man. Poor guy.
Hey, speaking of poor guys, relationship guru Derek Jackson. You guys remember him?
He's back in the news?
Yeah, he's back in the news. The guy that was lying to y'all bitches and we was telling y'all that he was lying.
Oh shit!
And y'all didn't want to hear it. Y'all didn't believe it.
Because he was
And
tall
now-
with muscles, and they don't
tall
believe.
with muscles, and he married to a lord, another lord of war, but she's she goes to war for Jesus apparently. Has announced his divorce from his wife, and let me tell you why this is fucked up.
She getting her bonnet?
She did not get her she didn't get her armor on. No, she did not have her armor on. But what's fucked up about this shit, and this is why, man, just like we said before, women think they know when they tell men about some woman that they're right. But when men try to tell women about some dude, we're jealous, right?
Yeah, every time.
We tried to tell y'all the nigga was a piece of shit. Nobody wanted to listen. Got caught cheating on his wife with a few bitches. Nigga's a piece of shit. Y'all didn't give a fuck. Y'all went 2 weeks later, went right back to the nigga, listening to all his bullshit. He's writing books and shit again, all this other stuff, right? Okay, cool. So when she caught him cheating, she actually filed for divorce. And he was like, nah, baby, no. Let's fix it. Let's fix it. We ain't gotta do that. Let's go to counseling. He was taking pictures with her in church and shit. And he acting like he being, he got the Holy Ghost and pretending all this shit.
Yeah, protecting the brand is really all he was doing.
This nigga, protecting like fucking, like Under Armour. You must protect this house. Because he didn't want to lose that motherfucker. So he got caught with another woman, all out fucking traveling on vacation with his other broad, right? And then once the pictures come out, he files divorce against his wife. Like, yo, she stayed with your ass. That's why I say, like, yo, you get caught cheating, you fucking out of here. She stayed with this nigga, her dumb ass. Or I'm sorry, maybe not dumb, maybe just so in love.
So in love,
Believe that Jesus would save her marriage and would save this nigga's dick from going to other bitches. False.
Wayward dick. Yeah.
Jesus take the dick. Wait, that's bad. No, I
That
didn't mean
can't. That will not be the title, y'all. Jesus take the dick.
That came out wrong. I'm sorry, Jesus. But you know what I mean. So now that they got everything back together, everything's cool, he divorces her. That's fucked up. And that's the kind of fuck nigga y'all was listening to for all these fucking years. A fuck nigga that would beg his wife to come back, continue to fuck bitches, and then when it comes out he's fucking other bitches, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a divorce. You don't make me feel the way nigga, she tried to let you go and you said no. That's whack to me.
I have a theory. Like, picture this for a second. Freaky Friday type of shit. Woke up in Chris Brown's body, right?
I woke up.
But
yeah, I got you.
Derek Jackson, his soul in Kevin Samuel's body, and vice versa.
You think
so? Now you got a Derek Jackson looking dude telling these women that they're not worth it.
Oh my god!
And you got a dude that looks like Kevin Samuel's telling these women all the things that their man is doing wrong.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they no longer listen to either of them. It's a look.
He would. I do agree with that. I mean, I do agree with that. I agree with the fact that if it was some muscle bound nigga, some big muscle bound dude telling women they ain't shit, and y'all ain't in, like, you not in, you dating in the wrong fucking tax bracket and all this shit, or all of y'all ain't tens like y'all all think y'all are, he would have less of a following. I think I think Jackson Samuels would Derek Samuels, he would have a following still, but it would be like more the women that like older men.
It'd be a different demographic.
Nice. It'd be a different demographic. Now, the big muscle bound nigga would have more dudes listening. Yeah, that's right, man. You tell them hoes, et cetera, et cetera.
Kevin Jackson.
Yes, Kevin Jackson. But the funny part about that shit is, in their original state, in their RIP to Kevin, and in whatever this nigga Derek is doing, most of their listeners were women.
Right.
On both sides. Most of their listeners were women. If Derek Jackson spoke the way that Kevin Samuels did, they wouldn't be listening to that nigga. They would turn that shit off. But since one was telling y'all all that fucking bullshit,
because it sounded pretty,
and you like the way he looked, because a nigga that you would fuck would tell you that shit, y'all roll with that. But when Kevin Samuels gave you the real shit, dude dressed nice, had money, was a professional motherfucker. You ain't like it though. Because he y'all thought he was gay. Even though he died fucking bitches. Literally. Oh, man. I don't know, man.
I want to die with pussy juice on my dick. I feel like he went out the goat. That's the goat.
No, I don't want to do that to nobody.
That's goat status. No. She going to be fine because she going to fuck somebody else.
No,
I'm dead.
Niggas going to be like, you had dead dick inside of you?
Not dead dick, nigga. It's like one thing to be with a chick that had abortions. It's like you had dead dick.
You had dead dick inside of you? Necrophiliac, motherfucker? That's his work.
He went soft hand, went to heaven while he was in it.
Damn. You kept riding that nigga?
Just riding that nigga dead for 2 minutes and didn't know it.
Man.
What if she was like, that's right, I done put it down. It's going
shit.
Baby.
And you tap him on the chest. I'm keeping these babies you put in me. We fighting for that money.
Not tapped. Oh, nigga will wake up right then. Nope. Let's go get this plan B before I die again, bitch.
Get off me, bitch. I just had a stroke.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I know what almost gave me a stroke. Let me tell y'all about this motherfucker. And those of y'all shouldn't know this. Alright? If you know this already, you're gross. All of you. Every goddamn last one. Mm-hmm. R. Kelly put an album out.
Oh yeah.
From jail. And I highly encourage every single listener here not to go give this shit a listen. Because it's the most comical one. You know, it was real weird. I haven't heard R. Kelly's voice in a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, not like in earnest. Like, you know, you hear it and you skip the song or you looking for something else or it's just on type of shit. But to hear him like doing a new song was weird to hear.
Super weird.
The only reason I listen to it is because we got to do shit like this.
Yes.
And he has like lines in it that are so cringe, and it's called "I Admit It" Part 2. That's the song that if you don't do nothing but look up the lyrics, y'all. Just go look up the lyrics. Don't get this nigga no money. Nothing on his commissary, okay? I Admit It Part 2 is him basically saying like shit like I shouldn't be in jail just because y'all think I'm gross. And stop calling me a pedophile. That's not accurate. Like, he's literally saying shit like that to us.
I'm not a pedophile. She was just, I like fucking young bitches. I'm not a pedophile.
Like, that's one of his, he's like, I know I like what I like. Like, he's like, what are you doing, Aura? What are you, and this is the shit with celebrities.
I'd have fucked young hoes.
Promise me you always gonna keep it real. I don't care if this shit blows up. Be the nigga in the room that goes, hey, don't record that, nigga. Be the dude.
Yo.
Be the dude that goes over to the soundboard and is just like, hey, can I talk to my mans real quick before y'all have him do this?
Bruh.
Like, this is, where are his friends?
Hey, have you seen the new season of Atlanta?
No, not yet.
All right, well, there's one scene where Paperboy's in the studio, and there's this guy that wants to make a song with him. He's like, yeah, I've been ducking this nigga the whole time, blah blah blah. Yeah, tell him, call him, and yeah, he could come up here, come up here, whatever. So the kid, like right before the kid gets up there to make because the kid makes like trash music. So right before he comes up, Paperboy grabs like a soda or some shit, and he pours that shit all over all the equipment in the studio. That shit go to popping and smoking and shit. That's what should have happened. When that nigga started singing, whoever in the jail that controls the fucking the Kool-Aid,
the prison sound dude.
Yeah, like the prison sound nigga. Hey, pour Kool-Aid all over that shit. Go ramen juice, whatever the fuck y'all got around that shit. How does it sound so clean?
Dog, the production is good.
That nigga audio sound better than ours, nigga. We free.
I'm like, nigga, why you got so many pillows in your room to get this audio nice, nigga?
Bruh, you got up on the wall, take a bunch of pillows to the wall and shit. This
Oh
ain't,
my
man,
God,
that shit ain't echoing or nothing. I don't know. I don't know. Cause he say he's broke in the song. He's like, nigga, I'm broke.
He's like, I don't have no money. Like, and I even saw somebody, just one. I'm not gonna make it seem like this was happening all over the internet, but one black person on my page was like, I'm listening to it and I ride with Ari. Y'all act like you perfect. It was black female. And that was shocking too, just because most women are staunchly against any sort of rapist or predator of black women. So it was very interesting to me to see the one. There's always an outlier, you know. This shit should never have been made. And I was relieved to see that. I found out about it because your godson was like, you know that dude that we used to hear, I Believe I Can Fly all the time? Because they don't know R. Kelly like we did.
Right.
He's like, you have to hear this. And he brought it to me, and I was like, you got to be shitting me. Matter of fact, next episode, I'm going to play that R. Kelly song I made in 2002. I'm going to have to find it. Because I was ahead of my time and didn't know it. I was the first person that knew he was going to do that shit. I believe it.
Maybe.
If I had thought about it, I would have sent it to you to play today.
Live long enough to become a villain.
You don't have to live long enough to eat a young child's ass on a VHS tape.
You know,
I remember that fucking tape, and I'm mad
that you remember it. Or that
I feel like I saw it at work. Honestly, I feel like somebody brought the tape.
What was you looking at?
What you? I think real talk. I think I was down in Corrosion. I know y'all don't know what we talking about. But I think one of them brought the tape in. It was like, y'all, we got it. But back then, just for y'all that don't know, that R. Kelly tape came out before it was even internet, like where you could just send shit to people and everybody had a copy of it. It was the craziest shit ever.
There wasn't even like real porn on the internet. It was just like pictures of bitches.
Right. Like you still had to get like a picture and wait for it to load type of shit. And this video, it made me go, who was the nigga that was making all these copies? Like, that dude is demented. But I remember
the barbershop nigga.
I remember all of us sitting by the screen because people were like, it's not R. Kelly. Remember, it was grainy enough that it might not have been him.
I saw the piston video. I didn't see the one you talking about.
The same video.
Well, I didn't see the whole thing, but
oh, okay. Yeah, there's a scene where the girl whose ass he ate, she looked legal. The one that he pissed, she looked young.
Oh, it was two different women.
Yeah, in the old video.
That's crazy.
So he was a wild boy, but
he was a wild boy.
I mean, to say the least. I mean, ain't that what niggas say when there's a boy? Man, it's a wild boy over there. Dog.
I like with the woman saying that, you know, people made mistakes, you know, and y'all never made no mistakes. I ride with R. Kelly. Like she goes in the same basket to me as that Kanye shit, where Kanye was like, Hitler did good things too. Yeah, but he was also a fucking disgusting human being.
He was also Hitler. Like, yeah, that's that. Hitler.
Like,
we can't look at one side of what a person did. Yeah,
there are some things that you can't come back from. Like, there was an article the other day where it was this kid. I can't remember where. I want to say it was New York. This guy going on a bus, right? He said got a book bag on, sits down on the bus, and like people start saying like, "Damn, nigga, your book bag stinks. This nigga stinks. Disgusting." Wait, actually, you know what? I take that back. That's not true. I forgot it was a joke. I'll finish it. Because
I'm confused now.
Is it true or not? No. No, this was a joke. I thought it was true until I finished it. And I was like, you're wasting my time. There's a kid that gets on the bus. He got book bag stinks or whatever, and they get the cops, and they were like, they opened the book bag up and there was two heads in it, and it was like you know, it was disgusting. It was two heads of garlic or some shit.
Yeah, it's two heads of garlic. I remember that. Yeah.
But I felt like I read somewhere that, I don't know, I'm not gonna get into it, but there are some, like, let's say it was real. Let's say a nigga had two human heads in his backpack. You can't come back from that. I don't give a fuck how much church you go to. I don't give a fuck how much time you do. You can't get out and be like, hey, you know, it's me. It's me. I'm back out here. Nah, I went to jail. We good. I paid my debt, nigga. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Not to me.
You have not paid your debt, nigga. Get the fuck away from me. Like, but there are things you can't come back from, and this is the way it is. Like people felt sorry for like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer and shit. Like, oh, well, you know, he had a bad childhood. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's you know, that sucks for that child. But fuck this grown ass man.
Yeah, like if
fuck this grown nigga. Yeah, I feel bad for 8-year-old Jeffrey Dahmer and 9-year-old Jeffrey Dahmer. Your dad a fucking nasty nigga too. But grown ass man Jeffrey Dahmer? Nah, fuck you.
You don't get to garner sympathy for that. So like the people, I feel like this album is for people that weren't around for his whole career. Like people that just saw the verdict and he went to jail and they're like, why is that man in jail? And he's like, nah, let me let them know something. But you're saying all the wrong shit in this song. Mm-hmm. Like all of this is shit. I'm listening to it and I was like, if this was somebody in front of me, I mean, nigga, shut up. Like, that's it. And I ain't even listened to the whole song. I think I listened to the first 15 seconds and I was like, I can't do this. I'm just going to go read it.
I listened to part 2 and then part 3 just came on. And I was like, whoa. Whoa. And then I listened, and then I was like, you know what? This nigga ain't even rhyming. None of this shit goes together. This nigga's just talking.
It's like he tried to do Trapped in a Closet, but the jail version.
That nigga trapped in something. Nigga trapped behind them bars.
Part of me wants to believe he in there and they treat him like royalty because he's R. Kelly. The other part of me is like, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get me some R. Kelly. He can't leave.
Oh yeah, they gonna braid that nigga hair, all right.
Oh yeah, but he gonna have to pay for it.
Nigga, they gonna braid that booty up too.
TP3 on the way. Oh shit. We wrapping up. I know we got a couple more. I saw Love and Thunder, and I know people feel real weird about it. I'm not gonna stay on this long. It got nominated for, I thought it was a Golden Globe. Was it an Oscar for Best Sound?
Whatever, one of them shits. It's the same thing, I think.
Yeah. That's the only part of the movie that's good, but I wish that there was some sort of criteria where your movie had to be good first. Like it had to be a critically acclaimed, even if it's a Marvel movie, like it had to be like Winter Soldier where everybody loved it and the sound design was amazing along with the rest of the movie. Yeah. Now we can nominate you. You get nominated for sound design with goat screams from 90s?
Yo. Get that shit the fuck out of here. And I know we didn't harp on it enough because we had this whole Wakanda Forever, segment, and we didn't really get into Love and Thunder. That shit was motherfucking trash. That was probably the worst Marvel movie, legit Marvel movie. I ain't talking about like the first Hulk and all that shit. When they were trying to figure it out. They got the shit figured out. That's probably the worst Marvel shit I've seen in the last, goddamn, since Iron Man 3.
Yeah, 3 was pretty bad. Yeah.
And I feel like Iron Man 3 wasn't horrible. It just wasn't as good as the other Marvel shit they were putting out. It was bad though when you talk about when you looking at the fucking.
I hated it.
I thought that shit was
that one I hated.
You hated Iron Man. I didn't hate it until the end. Well, until he was using the suit. And then they was on the boat, and the suit got hit by the truck. And I'm like, all right, now y'all kind of.
That was when I officially checked out. But it was, they were doing a lot of this, like, A Long Kiss Goodnight. Shane Black only knows how to make one type of movie.
Yeah.
So that's what basically the movie was. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the one we talking about, Love and Thunder. The movie, that's the movie I cut on when I just need background noise while I clean up.
I'm not putting this shit on my TV no more.
I like it for like some of the funny shit that does happen, but as a just like like that scene where at the beginning when Thor tore that shit down and they thought he was gonna help, and he just fucking tore it down and landed. Like it was funny, but I feel like the whole series, the Thor series, is the only property where they don't have a barometer on it. Everything else, they kind of got a tone, and then they were like, all right, let's make Thor super serious, and let's make him even more serious, and people was like, nah, I don't like that. So they made a goofy-ass 3, and then 3 was silly, but it was good. Ragnarok, I love.
Ragnarok was dope. It was a good movie.
And then I think they let that Taika Waititi dude just go too far. They let him just go and be fucking crazy with this one, and it turned into a mess. The whole Zeus scene was fucking dumb.
Yep.
I'm like, y'all got fucking Maximus to do this? Like what? Yeah, that all of that was just
because he didn't have to lose no weight. He could just be fat Zeus, and it was cool. Pay me. I'm in the Marvel movies now.
And you got Christian Bale, one of the best fucking actors ever, and you underutilize him like
a motherfucker.
So yeah, the movie's not good. But
you
for
see
them
this nigga like 4 times in the movie or some shit. Christian Bale.
The longest scene he had was when he was like being creepy talking to the kids.
Yeah.
Which, if your whole point is that gods don't save nobody, then why did you kidnap kids waiting for a god to come save them?
Bruh. Why didn't they show that nigga killing any other gods? He's the god killer.
That shit would have been the coldest shit ever to see him going around.
Like in the Winter Soldier and the Falcon or whatever, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, where they cleaning the boat. Give me a montage of him killing a bunch of gods.
Just killing gods. Cool. Killing gods. Nope, we get to see him fucking do that Raiden move where he disappear and pop up on the other side of the map. That was it. So, I don't know, man. Only other thing I had was I never understood the NFT craze.
Oh, yeah.
I never understood it in the first place. Well, 2 things. This and another one. Donald Trump has an NFT.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I heard about it. Have you seen this thing?
I have seen it.
Okay. And I heard it sold, whatever it is.
I'll read it to you.
Okay.
And this is from, we will credit the New York Post for this, all right? Former President Donald Trump's line of digital trading cards has sold out a day after their release, and their value had more than doubled. All 45,000 of the former president's NFTs that depict him as a hero, yada yada yada, sold out by 1:30 p.m. Friday. According to NFT marketplace OpenSea, they sold for the equivalent of $1.73 million. Blah 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 blah. They're basically all like trading cards of him being a superhero. There's the most valuable one is one rare version of the non-fungible tokens featuring Trump holding a torch in front of the Statue of Liberty. It was listed with a floor value as of today of almost $24,000. And when we try to tell you motherfuckers that if this nigga runs again, he's going to win. Now, there's one small caveat to that. If DeSantis, who's the governor of Florida, runs, now Trump got a problem because DeSantis is a Republican. So now the party got split and decide go with the young-ish new guy that saved Florida from fucking COVID and all that shit, or go back to this crazy nigga that, with the war going on in Ukraine and shit and Putin being a little bit trigger happy, I don't know what you want to do. But the nigga's still super popular, dog. People paid crazy amount of money for this bullshit.
It's ridiculous.
Easy. So, I mean, yo, man. I don't know. I mean, y'all could don't believe
Please
it.
Go
believe
vote.
it.
Please go vote now.
Please go vote.
God damn it, please. That's gonna be my bumper sticker. God damn it, please.
God damn it, please
go vote. God damn it, please. We're gonna get them made. And last but not least, I think it's just a real quick one. Oh yeah, Avatar. This is the big weekend. This is Sunday. Y'all are hearing the pod, and Avatar, the sequel to James Cameron's Avatar. Blue people, fucking with their braids. Man, the porn parody is gonna be spectacular. Avatar 2 is coming out. I remember watching that shit. That bitch had blue pussy with pink inside.
Wow.
Okay. I did. It was she was talented. Avatar 2's coming out. The first movie came out, I don't know. I don't think my kids were born. Maybe one of them was 1 year old. So yeah, I think Sam was 1. So yeah, 15 years ago or so, we had a movie about blue people and evil Americans coming to take their precious rocks because that's what we do.
Yeah.
And now James Cameron spent 13 years and a lot of studio money to make us a second one.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I didn't care for 10 years, and then I saw the trailers, and I want to go see it. I think that it's just going to be pretty.
What makes you want to go see it? Because it's going to be pretty?
I think it's going to be pretty, and I do think it's going to be a good movie, but I'm not excited in the way that I was when the first one came out. I don't know how you were when the first one came out. I thought it was dope. But then they released like an extended version of it. And we was in Italy and didn't have shit else to do, so we bought it and watched it, and then I didn't like the movie no more.
Why?
I realized I had seen it 10 other times. I think that's what happened. You know how you watch something and the spectacle of it is like, yo, they blew and they got this whole thing going on. And then after I watched it like the fourth time, I was like, it's basically fucking Fern Gully and the old evil corporation coming to get, you know.
Yeah. Coming to get the oil.
Basically, you know, it's the same movie. It's damn near Wakanda Forever. Is it not?
Well, yeah, but they didn't send they didn't send an army to go and get all the whatever they had tungsten or some shit.
Tungsten.
They had tungsten.
Tungsten
was the shit. Remember that?
Oh shit.
That's funny. That was a good time. About the movie, I'm impartial. I mean, it's not something I would go see by myself, right? So like, if the kid wanted to go see it, I'd take him. I doubt he wants to though, but he's more into green people right now. Well, green turtles. He's not really into blue people. And I doubt he wants to go see it. I wouldn't just be like, hey, I'm gonna go and see, you know, Avatar 2 today. The way of water. This is not. I try to find things to watch that are just more fulfilling or at least interesting. And this isn't gonna be. I think this is just gonna be, like you said, it's gonna be pretty, and that's really going to be it. Like, I think this is gonna be show off. We're gonna show you guys all the new graphics technology that we invented over this last 13 years or whatever the fuck it is. Right?
Because that's what Cameron likes to do. He wants to be the guy that built the new blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's all well and good, but 13, you know how many movies Steven Spielberg done made that's been amazing in 13 years, and you've been dicking around with blue people?
I mean, I
don't know. So now Sam Worthington is the real one that I'm like, I know you glad this movie coming out, because this motherfucker ain't been in nothing. Like, he looked like Chuck Liddell now. Have you seen him lately?
Hey, and nigga was like, okay, no more Titans and shit. No, y'all don't want to make no more of those.
Dog, no? He was in a movie called The Shack in 2017, but after the Wrath of the Titans and the Clash of the Titans and all of that shit, he ain't did nothing but Avatar. And Zoe out there working. You know, she in all of the Marvel movies and shit. Like, everybody else in this movie, I think, is working. I heard some kind of way they bringing back, God, what's her name? The lesbian chick from Fast and Furious. Her name.
I know you're talking about.
Letty. She died in the first one. Supposedly she here, or they brought her back some kind of way.
Of course they brought her back. Then you got to fill that. They got to check that box for Latinos to win that Oscar.
Why?
Look,
I mean, I know that's the rules, but like, dog, they're blue people on another planet. There doesn't need to be a lesbian Latina there.
They got a little white boy in there. They got some blue people. Now they're gonna have a Latina girl. Look, man. Zoe Saldana says something in an interview or an article saying that she felt like, this is kind of weird. I think she's full of shit a little bit. She's like, I felt like being an Avatar kind of like it curved my career in a way where I was being typecast and I didn't want to be like the Avatar girl or whatever. But every time Marvel come through with a check, you paint yourself, motherfucking.
You turn green real fast.
You turn green. She-Hulk like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
so I want to. Maybe it's so much work that she's like, I don't want to do this shit like a lot. But I mean, hell, every 10 years, it's okay. You know they getting paid. They're gonna make a bunch of money off this shit. Speaking of which, have you seen where they saying Black Adam is gonna flop?
It actually kind of has. And I mean, of course, it's made around its budget. But when you consider they spent $100 million on marketing, and he's The Rock, a movie with The Rock, they're expecting to make like $500 million back.
And would they make like 300 or 400 million?
I think it's in the threes, but it's a flop with all of the advertising and all the other money behind the studio's budget for the film. They're like, no, it's a flop. And this is something I just read today, because it wasn't on our list. He's not coming back for another Black Adam because of the other announcement that happened today, which is that Henry Cavill is all the way out.
Yeah, he's not coming back to Superman.
So The Rock saw that, he's out too. WB, just sell it to Damn It Kevin. Just sell it. Y'all have it is such a shit show. I see y'all trying to figure it out and build a new world, and at every turn y'all fuck it up because the new world wants to work with the old one.
Yeah.
Like The Rock wanted to work with Henry. Can you imagine them two of them? Superman versus Black Adam. That shit would have been dope.
And then you drop Shazam in there out of nowhere.
Shit would have been.
I don't, and I did see that article, but I didn't click on it because I thought it was like some clickbaity shit. And I was like, I'm pass by. But I did see that Henry Cavill thing say that he wasn't going to come back as Superman. You fucking it up, man. I mean, I can't. Maybe it's The Rock's fault. You know what? Maybe it's just Kevin Hart's fault.
Wait. How he end up a part of this?
You know what? Maybe like Kevin Hart, the flops from Kevin Hart are like fucking rubbing off on that nigga Dwayne. Because every movie that nigga Kevin Hart make is a flop.
So what, Rock gonna do a Night School next? Night School 2?
No, what I'm saying is you gotta put some distance between you and this motherfucker. Like, yo, man, like you.
I know we cool, man, but your box office be coming up short.
Yeah, and I was in black. They gave me everything I wanted to be in this movie, and it flopped, bro. Like, don't promote my shit no more.
Don't tell nobody I did shit.
Don't tell nobody I did nothing. I'll tell them when I want to know. I'll tell them because your word is nah, man.
But have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen. Have you?
Nope. See?
Oh fuck, shit.
So we was talking about watching it.
I meant to, but I went and saw the other black movie instead, and was still disappointed.
The Black Adam movie popped up on Vudu, and I was like, "Oh shit, we can watch it at home." We all sat down, and I rolled over, and it was like $25. I said, "Well, the hell with that."
Yeah,
and we went and watched some shit off the shelf.
You should do that the first time. Give people that option the first time. Like, go back to the COVID time. Like, people like being at home.
Yeah,
and people, that's like there are people that want to go to the movies, and there are certain movies that, like we talked about, the Batman. The Batman should have been an HBO Max premiere release,
and that's all for you, right?
That shit did not do well. Like, it's not easy to watch in a theater. This shit is dark as fuck. It's long as fuck. It's like, yo. At home, you can see it was a good watch, and it was 2 nights. But it was a good watch in those 2 nights. You better get the money when you can. Nigga, stop fucking around. You see they put that goddamn Black Widow shit right on Disney Plus. Hey, yo, nah, you ain't finna get us. She going right on Disney Plus. $25. No marketing.
It's just there. Oh my god. Anyway, but yeah, I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I got nothing. We will talk about your finger next week.
Yeah, we will, because that's a whole nother conversation. Mm-hmm. It really is. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that Band-Aid on there, huh?
Yeah. A little Neosporin. I'm okay though.
Went to the hospital for that, huh?
Mm-hmm. No, I mean this is day 3. You should have seen it.
Oh boy.
Episode 141, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. We about to be up out of here. I'm actually about to leave and go to LA right now. I have a show tonight. Next week, I will let y'all know about some other hot things going on. Like why Will Smith's co-star didn't talk to him for 6 months on the set of Emancipation. Y'all about to find that shit out. That's gonna be interesting. And a couple other things, including what happened to my finger and why I'm injured today. But we love y'all. And we're going to see y'all soon, man. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for checking in with us. Marcus, take us out.
Hey man, I'm just saying this because I know people are gonna watch this video.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a crick in my neck.
A crick
In my neck for in years, bruh.
That's the country's injury ever, just so y'all know.
A crick. For y'all who don't know, a crick is when you slept wrong and you wake up and your neck is like. You remember that scene? Speaking of Batman, remember that scene in Batman where nigga was like, where Morgan Freeman was like, "What's wrong with the suit?" He's like, "Oh, I want to do this, that, and the third.
I want to be able to turn my head."
Yeah, but so the way Batman would turn and look at motherfuckers, had to turn his whole body, his shoulders and shit to look at niggas.
That's how you doing?
That's how it's been. I was at work all day. Hey, Marcus, I had to. What's wrong with you?
And you knew they probably like that nigga turn around weird.
Keep an eye on this nigga. This nigga might be a cyborg. Oh shit! I just had a hiccup and that shit hurt my neck. Goddamn,
nigga.
All right,
go say goodbye and take some Epsom salt, nigga.
Take a green alcohol bath, nigga. Take a green alcohol bath.
Witch hazel ass nigga.
Witch hazel. Put some rosemary in there and some oatmeal. You be right as rain. All right, thank you guys for listening to Illegal Opinions Podcast. The podcast is for people that don't like podcasts. Coming at you every goddamn Sunday on your favorite streaming services. So please stay down with us. We love you guys. Please go tell a friend. Thanks for riding with us, man. And we figuring it out. We moving. We grooving. We out here, bitch. You know what I'm saying? We goddamn grooving like a $2 movie. We getting there.
It's happening. It's happening slowly.
Nigga doing the goddamn Cabbage Patch over here.
That was not a Cabbage Patch. Did it look like a cabbage? I'm old. I don't know no more.
We gonna fuck with y'all next week. Hope you had a great weekend. If y'all in LA, well, shit, never mind. This shit coming out. By the time you come out, he's gonna be gone.
Just to listen to the show.
Just listen to the show. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, be safe. Show love. Peace. We out this bitch.